The Diamond League regular season is officially over. And to be real with you, I considered doing a breakdown of the men's 200 meter dash, like the one that just went off in Brussels. Shout out to Alex Ogando. He got the victory. That wasn't really, a shocker, because if you look at who was in the field, he's the most accomplished 200 meter runner who is actually on the starting line. But the Diamond League final itself and the World Championships are coming. And both of those races have more stakes than this, final meeting. Because you don't really need this one to go to be in either of the next ones. But beyond that, I also just stepped back and just said, you know what? What really matters right now? And we probably just need to look at all the data. Everything that we've got from the Diamond League season. And I'm talking about the men's 100 and the men's 200. And just throw it all on the board. Because if these races have any value, it should tell us something. So this video is a little bit different. I'm just going to give my way too honest reaction to the Diamond League season, everything that I remember offhand, because I've watched every single Diamond League race that they ran in the men's short sprint between the 100 and the 200. Like, I saw them all, basically live. And beyond that, I've gone through the results, considered, the implications. So I kind of have a pretty good idea of what the season was. And again, if these races actually matter, they should tell us something. Now, I'm not counting anything that happened on the Continental Tour. I'm not even talking about things that happened at Nationals. The Diamond League stage, it's a neutral playing field. Everybody comes to it, runs on those tracks. Those results go on the board, and, it is what it is. And when it comes to the 100, because I'm going to start with the 100. Even though they ran a 200 in Brussels, I already told you about that. They're the 100. So let's go here. The 100 season, if I was going to sum it up, entirely off head, this is what I saw. Connie Simbini opened the season, basically coming in hot. He comes off World Indoor, and he runs, faster time than what anybody else was able to give in, the earliest parts of the Diamond League outdoor season. He even beats Kishane Thompson when he's stepping out to run his first 100. That happened. But after that, it was the Kishane Thompson show. Other people ran, but it was the Kishane Thompson show. Trayvon Bromell sent out a warning shot. Kishane Thompson responds emphatically. And once you hear 9.75, you become the man to beat. Kishane Thompson has run like that from the moment the 9.75 happened on down. You could even say races Grand Prix on down. He has been the guy. He goes back on the Diamond League, runs at Prefontaine, shows up in Poland later. Throughout the entire season, it's been him. But Oblique Seville ran throughout the entire season. We just didn't see him on the Diamond League as much until the back part. And by the time he did, he started, running away from the fields. Even fields with Noah Lyles in them twice. Now, when Noah Lyles finally got in those fields, it was basically the only 100s he'd run all season. For the most part, that's really all it was. And he was in second place. When you look at the Diamond League standings and all the times that are on the board, there are 4 names that should jump out at you. Those 4 names are in this, more or less in this particular order: Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, Trayvon Bromell, and Noah Lyles. Because if you look at the fastest performances that actually happened in the Diamond League, they are the names at the top. So there you go. We kind of already know, if we're using that data, the Diamond League season, if that had any implications on what's going to happen at Worlds. Considering Trayvon Bromell did not qualify out of the USAs, there's only 3 guys. Off of the season, whether you like it or not, those 3 men are going to be your medalists in all likelihood. Something could happen, they could underperform. But they each have a different narrative on how they moved that far in the Diamond League, on the Diamond League circuit. So hey, that's on the board. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. And you move over to the 200. That one is a little bit more interesting, because at first it looked like it was a toss-up, because nobody was really running all that fast. I could tell you that Courtney Lindsay, Robert Gregory, or even Rainier Mena, these people won 200 meter dash races on the Diamond League circuit. We could talk about it, but there's really no point, because when Letsile Tebogo goes out there and runs, his world leading time at Prefontaine, it's pretty clear that he's now leveled everything up. There were no Area Knighton sightings on the Diamond League this entire year. Never happened. And Letsile's on the board. Kenny Bednarik actually never ran a 200 on the Diamond League circuit as far as I remember, because he was running the Grand Slam track for so long and dominating there. But as far as the Diamond League, we didn't get one. We saw him in the 100, but not in the 200. And then keep on going. Noah Lyles runs 200 on the Diamond League circuit. Just one. Like up until now, with the entire Diamond League regular season. And he wins. And he wins in a race with Letsile, Alex Ogando, who just won the race in Brussels, Maka Sharamba, people who made Olympic final in 2024. Like, Noah Lyles wins that race competitively. I mean, he ran 19.8, and some people wanted to see it go faster, but 19.8 is fast. And he beat all the other fast guys. It is what it is. Like, the 200 was just a bunch of stuff being thrown at the wall, to be quite frank, as far as I would describe it. A bunch of people going out there to try and run fast, and somebody had to be the winner, based on what the field, depending on who the field was, somebody was going to win. But Letsile, he was the class of the field till Noah showed up. And now the Diamond League final is coming, where Noah Lyles is apparently going to run the 200 again. And I fully expect him to win, because after what we thought USA's, I don't really see how he doesn't. I mean, of course, he could lose. I don't believe it's what's going to happen. So when we look at the World Championships in both of those events, the names that stand out at the top, and even though Kenny Bednarek didn't really run on the Diamond League circuit, I'm going to throw him in here because his Grand Slam track performances were dominant enough. We kind of know who belongs on the podium. The names aren't that shocking. They're the guys who were already at the top before this year started for the most part. I'll tell you if they're the wild card, but that's like I said, I'll tell you if they're the wild card. In the 100, I don't see it. Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, Noah Lyles. You put them whatever order you want to. I think people are under the impression that I'm way more emotionally attached to what's actually happening in these races. Like, I make my picks. I have the people who I might be a fan of a little bit more here and there. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to break down the races as I see them. Just call out the facts based on what I see. When I look out there, what I actually see, what stands out to me is, whatever I talk about. And if somebody goes out there and wins and loses, hey, my life ain't gonna change. I'm probably gonna be talking about it with you all regardless. It just changes what the story is. Because you may have one movie script and then realize, we're deleting that scene because the ending of the movie is entirely different. That's kind of how it goes with these races. But I fully expect that the movie we're gonna watch is going to be those three men on the podium, and or something would have to go wrong with those three men for somebody else to be on the podium who ain't them. As far as the 200, the same guys who got medals at the Olympics are the same ones I expect to get them again when we go to the Worlds this year. In no particular order, although I know which one I'd put them in. Noah Lyles, Letsile Tebogo, and Kenny Bednarek. If you're really looking for a wild card, specifically in the 200, I would have to give it to Brian Lavelle. The only problem is, he didn't run on the Diamond League circuit, as far as I can tell. He ran Continental Tour races. He even ran in Grand Slam track. Ran in, Jamaican events, Jamaican national trials. All of that happened. But when it comes to the Diamond League, he's not on the results. So I'm assuming he won't be in the Diamond League final. Not that I really believe that was a priority for him anyway. This is the world we're living in. The Diamond League came and went. And I know they have a whole bunch of events. And although I watched the feed for most of these meets from start to finish, when it comes to the men's 100 and the men's 200, this is how I see it. Because somebody has to win these races whenever these Diamond League meetings go off. But unless the guys, who are actually the guys, show up and perform like themselves, it doesn't really matter that much. These races aren't proper indications of what's going to happen in the future. Specifically during a championship race. But when you add up all the races together, throw them on the board and look at what actually happened in the season, the cream rises to the top. And guess what? The fastest men in the world are exactly who we thought they were before the Diamond League season even started. How about that? In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything. Because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true. That fast is a lifestyle. Get your Fast is a Lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.